I've been watching on the MGFs there.
It's going better now. You'll see the videos.
Yeah, but here comes Dave Shaw's always been. Hey,
The dodgy end.
Dave Shaw's great.
I hear it, son. Good.
Oh, no, not in this. It's wet and horrible.
43.369. There's a checker flag and racing between the two of them. And the turbo charge 2 differential, the other turbo charge 2.8. Both of which very fast road cars indeed. And the VR6 with its 2.8 litre engine really does sound very nice indeed, and makes great sound. And the Rover has a very attractive coupe. The engine notes that Volkswagen provides between the 2 and 5 makes it great. It's a good addition. You can make a note of it at the bottom. Page 10 in your programme. On the top, if you want to have pole position where it is, then it's on the right hand side. And starting on pole position, having really took qualifying by storm, is car number 19, Brian El-Buka, who, as Andrew Wilkins managed to find out, had duty to attend his brother's funeral. And I can pick up the action again as they shoot away from McLean up the hill to Coppice, and hopefully by that time, Paul, they're just about back in your view under the arch of the Dunlop Bridge. Just going to move on from McLean to the point of down to your side, where they are really only in range just about 5,000 kilometres, and then it's finished underneath the bridge through what I used to call the S's, but I'm told I now have to call Foggages, the left and right, which takes them down to the Melbourne Loop, downhill to the Melbourne hairpin, up again, and through the Goddard hairpin, which brings them back to the start-finish lap. So that's how long it takes to say it when we describe it. When they're actually doing it, it's a bit quicker than that, with the lap time in practice just over 2 minutes. But Brian El-Buka has the advantage, but only just from Stephen Walker, who's right there with him. He taps into the slipstream of him as they go down to Red Gate for the first time. It's El-Buka who holds the lead, and he holds the line very tight indeed from Stephen Walker, right there in second place. Coming down to the pressure curve, Andrew. Yes, indeed, on the skyline, the Ventos and the Rovers scorching down through the Craner curves into the old hairpin. Rover, and then Vento. That's the top order. Let's count them through. Well, it's 19, 37, 6, and Paul Lasto is Stephen Walker, with Anthony Watson having that great start. He's moved up into third place as William Black moves up on the inside there, trying to take place as he comes through the Melbourne hairpin. Is he going to be able to make it? Well, we'll have a look at that. At the same time, turn back to the lead, because Walker had an excellent exit from the Melbourne hairpin and is really putting the pressure on El-Buka as they go onto the brakes for Goddard for the first time. We look out at who's going to be. It is still El-Buka, but only just there from Walker, who's right with him, and Anthony Watson is right with him. Then there's a bit of a gap before we get the next one up. Rob Carvell and William Black having a great battle. So the three Rovers up at the front, we get two VW Ventos battling it out for fourth and fifth places, and Black again goes up on the inside, and that was the under braking for the old hairpin. Brian El-Buka having to really work hard to stay in the lead. And the third place man who drove such a brilliant opening lap is also closing up on the leaders. Now let's count them through. Brian El-Buka leads then. In second place it's still Steve Walker, closing on race leader Brian El-Buka. But also closing on those two is the third placeman, Anthony Watson, number 6. Fourth is 99, William Black, he's going well. Fifth is 41, Rob Carvell. Sixth is number 3, Mark Smith. Already El-Buka holds the line tight going into the corner. Doesn't want Walker coming up on the inside and out-braking him. But of course, as they do that, they're allowing Anthony Watson to be right there with him as well. Oh, but Watson runs very wide indeed coming out of the corner, but didn't seem to do him any harm, kept in touch. But whilst all this is happening, the three Rovers are being caught by the Volkswagen of William Black, having got past Bob Carvell having got past Rob Carvell, so William Black is now beginning to close up on the three in front of him. So you've got the first four now getting closer and closer together as Anthony Watson now is, as I say, beginning to feel William Black is getting closer to them. Down to Redgate they go for the third time. Still El-Buka holding on. This time it's a bit more. Back on to the lead. He's got perhaps a little bit of a lead gap between Brian El-Buka and the second place man, Walker, but not much in the third place car. Watson closing right up, and as you say, William Black in the first of the Ventos in fourth place, closing up on those leading on that leading trio. The order unchanged, but very, very close racing. Quite a lot of slipstreaming going on here too. Very important in the faster parts of Donington. Already they've climbed the hill though, turning into that double apex right-hander at Melbourne Hairpin. So Walker shapes up to have a go to get past El-Buka, and El-Buka said, okay, I'll leave the door open a little bit if you want to come through, but Walker said, no, I haven't got room, I haven't got the pace to do it, I haven't got the brakes to do it more than anything else. And as they come out of the Melbourne Hairpin, again Walker getting up alongside but not past Brian El-Buka. So they can't get very much closer without overtaking one another. They were alongside as they came out of the hairpin. As they come out of Goddard, they're absolutely no tail of William Black is closing up on them as well, and he's going to be challenging Anthony Watson before very long. They head down across the line, 3 laps completed, with still Brian El-Buka leading the way, but Stephen Walker trying to go up on the inside of it, go down into Redgate, the side by side. Walker takes the lead as they went through Redgate. As they set out on their half-distance lap, that Brian El-Buka determined to win at Donington has by a long way not given up. Here comes the two Rovers. They've broken away now. You can see the number 37 car of Steve Walker, the Brian El-Buka right on his tailgate as they charge up through Schwartz curve, and then behind them, of course, the third baseman Anthony Watson, and of course the first of the Ventos, William Black. A grandstand seat there in the orange car, and he could win this race yet. But Brian El-Buka will be determined to wrest the lead away from Steve Walker. He really is on a charge. He may be determined, but I'm not quite sure that he's got the pace to do it. He's putting the pressure on Brian El-Buka to try and get second place away from Brian. Brian's lost the lead. He's not losing completely touch with Stephen Walker, but Walker is just trying to get his head down and open up the gap, and Anthony Watson is trying to put the pressure on Brian El-Buka. So whilst all this is happening, as you say, he goes up on the inside. Watson goes up on the inside there of Brian El-Buka. Is he going to come out in the lead, or in second place? Yes, he does. So a new second place man, Brian El-Buka. He's lost the lead on the previous lap. He's now lost second place, but he's challenging to try and come back at Anthony Watson. He moves back to the inside of the track, and Watson covers that move. Walker is being able to use this opportunity to open up the margin. They in the lead, but then 3 cars backing it out and second place. Oh yes, we have a great scrap there going on for second place, and the third place man having a look down the inside of the second place man there. He couldn't quite make it through. The race leader, Steve Walker, goes through. That was Brian El-Buka really fighting back and trying to wrest that second place away from Anthony Watson. It was a very brave man with Brian, because he had a look down the inside in the fastest, the most daunting part of the Craner curve, and it really does take courage to do that. But the change hasn't come. But Brian El-Buka still challenging Paul for second place. I think he might just about have the wheels to do it. Yes, in fact, as they come out of Coppice, I can see there that he's getting up alongside Watson as they cut there from Watson, as he shows that the pressure is telling. And both Watson and El-Buka run very, very wide there at the Melbourne Hairpin. And coming up on the inside of the pair of them is William Black. William Black takes third place, but it's only going to be for a moment because Brian El-Buka gets back at him, and the two of them go into Goddard side by side. Stephen Walker is leading the way quite happily out in the front. He goes through, but Watson there is still in second place. El-Buka is still in third place. William Black is in fourth place. I say still, but he was up for third place for a moment there. As they go out of the Melbourne Hairpin, as they go down to the Redgate, Walker has this absolutely under control. The great back. face as he watches his mirrors, because this battle for second place, 3 cars, 90 seconds, at the old head is really playing into the race leader's hands. But the order is unchanged as they go through. William Black there in second place, really pushing on through Schwann's curve and trying to keep pace with the second baseman Anthony Watson and the third baseman Ryan El-Buka, who gives you a fast pace. Meanwhile, before handing back to you, Paul, let me tell you that a car is parked. No accident as such, but parked at the race, and it is the Rover Tomcat number 96, I think I've read that correctly, which tells me that it's Dave Nixon from Little Malvern out of the race, sadly.
Yes, I think he went out on about the full margin at the beginning of the lap. It was over 3 seconds the gap between himself and Anthony Watson in second place. They're on their 6th lap out of 8 at the moment. And again, Anthony Watson is slow coming out of the Melbourne hairpin, runs a little bit wide as he does so. Brian El-Buka tries to get on terms with him, isn't able to do so, but William Black is there shadowing their every move. Still in 5th place is Carvell. In 6th place is Mark Smith. In 7th place is Paul Wallace, the man who leads the championship, having a disappointing and quiet race of it because all the action is going on up ahead of him. Steve Walker leading through Redgate. El-Buka and Watson having a great battle and tussle again as they go into Redgate. The track, so Ryan El-Buka needs to take a move, and that's allowed William Black to be right with the two Rovers as they go down towards you, Henry.
Absolutely, it is hard stopping here. Here comes the leader, and then these 3 all trying to be second place. Still Brian El-Buka, 19 in 3rd place. William Black, not quite as quick as the 2 Rover Tomcats ahead of him through Schwann's curve. William Black leaving his braking very, very late indeed for the right-hander of the plate. He's with them up the hill. I think Steve Walker has got this race sewn up because this is the penultimate lap, unless of course he makes a mistake. But my goodness, who is going to be second? It's anybody's guess.
Well, it is, yes. It's only going to be one of those 3 that are battling it out 2nd, 3rd and 4th, because the rest of them are quite a long way away. Carvell is the best of the rest in 5th place, but he's some 3 seconds off the pace. Rose on the last 2 laps, or lap and a half of the race that remain now. Walker round the hairpin. It's still Anthony Watson in 2nd place. The cars understeering very badly indeed. They're practically 3 abreast as they try and get the throttle down coming out of the corner. But the 2 Rovers still keeping the VW at bay as Watson, El-Buka and Black battle it out for 2nd place as they come through this time. They'll be starting their last lap. Walker goes through onto his last lap. Watson, El-Buka and Black through as close as that as they go through in 2nd, 3rd and 4th place. Carvell is still 5th. In 6th place is still Mark Smith. In 7th place Paul Wallace. In 8th place Barry Pearson. In 9th place 7th place. And in 10th place Paul Gallagher. Yes, here it comes. Lap 8, Tomcat Vento Challenge. The top 4 men are daunting Craner curve and into the braking area for the old hairpin, and although Steve Walker does have a good advantage, the battle for 2nd place is still raging. I think it's probably going to be Anthony Watson who takes it from Ryan El-Buka. Ryan El-Buka though having a little look down the inside there of the 2nd place man Watson at Schwann's curve, and as they go up the hill, those 3 being Anthony Watson, Ryan El-Buka and William Black. There's only about a half length in it between those 3, Paul, for 2nd place, but it looks as though Steve Walker is going to win this race, unless of course he makes a mistake. Well, I don't think he's going to, the way he's been going so far, and as I say, he's reduced his pace so that he's driving within his limits. The fastest lap of the race so far has gone to William Black, but Stephen Walker in absolute control of the situation, going down to the Melbourne hairpin, but this represents the last couple of corners where the 2nd place battle can resolve itself. Anthony Watson still holds that 2nd place. In 3rd place is still Brian El-Buka. It looks like he's going to get onto the podium at last, so it won't be too much of a bad race for him. William Black is still there in 4th place, not quite as quick on acceleration, but very good on the brakes, very late on the brakes is William Black as they go into Goddard. Coming out of Goddard is Stephen Walker. He's going to take the checkered flag. The win for Stephen Walker in his first race in the season so far. Anthony Watson takes 2nd place. Brian El-Buka takes 3rd. In 4th place is William Black. In 5th place is Carvell. We wait for the 6th place. He comes through now is Mark Smith, number 3. In 7th place is going to be Paul Wallace. He's got some damage on his car. I wonder if that's some relevant to why he's finished so far down. Championship leader finishes in 7th place, Paul Wallace. Especially with El-Buka in 3rd, he will maintain that championship lead. In 8th place there was Barry Pearson. In 9th place was Len Simmons. In 10th place was Ron Gannon. I'll go down and we'll talk to the winners. But a great race, wasn't it, Andrew?
Brian El-Buka, of course, second in pole position time in a rather damp qualifying session this morning.
It's twice as nice because the price of rice is half what it was last week. Yeah.